Hi BBs and welcome back to my channel. So I put a poll on my Instagram and Snapchat about either me doing my makeup for my YouTube channel or me doing a story time from the next video that I'm gonna post. So I am going to do a story time. I did my makeup for the people who wanted me to do makeup. I just didn't film it. Well, I started to film it and I didn't like the video. I can't multitask. I can't tell a story and do makeup at the same time. Like I thought I could, but anyways, let's get into this story time. So this story time is about how I found out that my ex was cheating on me while we were living together. So let's just jump right into it. So I met this man on Tinder. Well, I wouldn't call him a man. We're gonna call him a boy. We're gonna name him Clown. His name's gonna be Clown. So I met Clown on Tinder, which don't use Tinder for dating, okay? Anyways, so I met him on Tinder. We were talking for a little bit. He didn't really have any red flags, and if he did, I probably overlooked them, honestly. We spent a lot of time together. I met his mom. I met his stepdad, I think. I met his brother. I was always at the freaking house with him. We were always spending time together. We went fishing. We did activities together, stuff like that. So when I found out that he was cheating, it was like, it threw me for a loop because I was like, we spend all this time together. How do you have time? Right. So we were talking for a little bit and then we got an apartment together, which we shouldn't have, honestly. We signed for a year lease. Y'all, when I tell you I was only at this apartment for a week, I was literally only at this apartment for a week. I was still in school, I believe. I think I was a junior, maybe a senior, something like that. It was something like that. And so I would wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to make this man breakfast because I had to be at school by 7:45, I believe, because I was in high school, and I was in athletics, and we had to be there a little earlier than everybody else did. So I was waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning, making him breakfast. Well, one day I got home and his breakfast was in the microwave and it wasn't touched. He didn't eat none of it. So I was like, huh. And I should have seen that as a red flag, but I didn't. So a couple days go by. We were sitting on the couch, I believe. And our couches were kind of like this. There was just a regular couch and then a love seat. So I was sitting on the couch and he was sitting in the love seat. And we were having a conversation. I don't remember what the heck we were talking about. We were talking about something. And I got a text message. Well, not a text message. I got a message from Messenger from some girl. And of course it started with, "Hey girl, I just wanted to let you know." And every female knows that if a message starts like that, it's some bullcrap. And that's exactly what it was. So I got quiet because I was reading the messages. Y'all, tell me why it was his ex. I've never met her. I didn't really know anything about her. The only thing I knew about her was that she was a stripper. And which, by all means, girl, make your money. Not my problem. I don't see any problem in stripping. So I'm not judging anybody. So I got her message and I started reading it. And it was a good length paragraph with four pictures attached to it. And one of the pictures was him holding a bunch of 20s in a fan. Another picture, I think the other pictures were text messages between them two, and then a picture of them together, or it was him laying on, her laying on top of him or something like that. And I was reading the message and she was like, "Hey girl, I just wanted to let you know that he's still messaging me and we're still doing what we're doing and we're still messing around," and all this bull crap. And mind you, me and this dude were active together. We were sleeping together. So I was like, and so I continued to read the message, and so I continued to read the message, and she was just explaining to me how he was going over there after I was going to school he was going over there messing with her, and then he was going to work because he had his own business. I don't know if he still does, but he had his own business. He painted houses and all that crap, so he made his own hours. I kept reading the message, and I got to the pictures. Like I said, one of them was him holding the $20, and then I read the text message, and it was a picture of like him holding the 20s, and the text message underneath was like, "Let me throw this on you," or "Can I throw this on you?" Something like that. And she was like, "Oh yeah, of course." Da da. Like they were flirting back and forth. And I read like another text message in between them, and he was like, "I just want your titties in my mouth," and da 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 da. And I was like, wow, like he for real like was cheating. Which I should have known because my body gave me a sign. So I had my period, I think maybe 2 weeks before this happened, 3 weeks before this happened, and we slept together, and then my period started, which that is a telltale something sign. Your body's letting you know, hey, something's going on, something ain't right. And I think that's what freaked me out the most, is that me and him were sleeping together, and they were sleeping together, and he came back and slept with me. And y'all, I'm all about hygiene. Like, if I'm messing with someone, I don't care if we F buddies, if we're just like talking, I don't care. Like, if we're fucking, you don't fuck outside of me, because people are nasty. I don't trust other people when it comes to hygiene, because I know how I take care of myself, and I don't know if other people are taking care of themselves like that. No ma'am, no sir. So I was like freaking out, and I was like, what the actual crap? So I had my phone right in my lap. This is my phone, right? I was reading the messages, and I just like flipped my phone over. So I sat up, right, and I was like this, and I looked at him, and he was like, "I'm so sorry." He said, "I don't even want to be with her. It was just a mistake, da 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 da." And mind y'all, like, I wasn't fat, like, I wasn't ugly, I wasn't anything. He wanted to have 2 girls. And girl, I know I'm not bad in bed. Like, not trying to be cocky. I'm just like, I know I'm not bad in bed, so like, you weird for that. And it was crazy. Like, it really threw me for a loop, because when I'm with somebody, like, I'm submissive as hell. Like, if I'm with you, I'm with you, and I'm rocking with you. So I'm gonna do anything and everything to make you happy. Like, that's just the type of person I am. So yeah, I started freaking out, because I'm a very like clean person, especially when it comes to hygiene and like sleeping with other people like that. You just don't do that. Like, you don't do that to someone and then you come back and sleep with them. Absolutely not. Like, you're messed up for that. My stomach hit the floor as soon as he said, "I'm sorry," because he knew what he did. And I was like, what the actual crap? And one thing about me and cheating, if you cheat, there's no second chance. There's no recovering from cheating, because cheating is an option. You chose to do that. So you lay down in your bed that you made and sleep in it. Period. So I was like done. Completely done. Turned off. Didn't want to see him no more. Nothing. So I called my brother, and I was like, "Hey, can you come help me get my stuff out this apartment?" And my brother was like, "Well, what's going on? Da da da." And I told him everything. He's like, "Yeah, I'm on the way." And yeah, he knew what he did. Sad as hell. And the sad thing is that after I left the apartment, a year later, I got a call from the apartment complex, and they were telling me that like I owed $600, like to $700, because the apartment was trashed, that there was weed all over the place, that the apartment stunk, and there was just a whole bunch of stuff wrong with the apartment. And I was like, well, why are you calling me? Like, my name's not supposed to be on the lease. Like, what's going on? And the person who was there when I left, she didn't take my name off the lease. So my name was on the lease for the whole entire year. And I was still responsible for the apartment because my name was on the lease. So they were like, well, if you come clean the apartment, like, we can drop it down and you don't have to worry about paying so much. And I was like, okay. Well, so I unblocked him, and I was like, bro, like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? Like, why are these people calling me about this apartment? Like, you're supposed to handle it. You're supposed to be a man. Like, what's going on? And he was like, well, I moved out of the apartment after you left, and I let a couple lease the apartment. So I was like, okay, you know, whatever. Like, I'll go clean it, because I'm not about to get charged $600-700 for something I didn't do. So we went to go clean it. When we got there, y'all, this man, when he was on the phone, he did not lie. The apartment was trash. Like, there was padding from like a sports bra, like there were everywhere. There was like little contact lenses all over the apartment. There was blood all over the apartment. This dude said he moved out, but all of his stuff was still at the apartment, like his dresser, his king size bed, like even stuff in the like food in the cabinet that I bought when I moved in was still there. So I was like, what are you talking about? Like, what's really going on? So I cleaned up the apartment as much as I could. Of course, you know, they still like had to charge something, because there was a washer, there was a dryer, the king size bed was still in there, the dresser was in there. I couldn't take all that stuff out by myself. Like, we got rid of, like, we threw the couches and stuff like that away. We had like marble tables. I kept those. But y'all, it was a hot mess. Like, I have before and after videos, I think. Or I did. I don't know if I still have them, just because like I don't need them anymore. But yeah, and I made him pay for, because they had to put because there was bud in the apartment, so of course it stunk. So they had to put like those little ventilators, whatever, these little big old air sucking machines to clean out the apartment. Then they had to repaint the walls. Because I guess they had an animal or something, because there was like the carpet was all nasty. And the guy from the apartment called me. He was like, hey, it's gonna be like $400, and I made him pay for it, because I was not about to pay for it. I texted him. I said, I don't remember how much it was. I said, it's for something for the apartment. I said, you can send it to me and I'll go pay it. I said, but that's it. Like, I'm not paying for any of it. And he paid for it, thank God, because I just started at the gym, so I didn't even have money to pay for it. So, yep, that's my story time, y'all. But I'm sorry if it was all over the place. This is my first time doing a story time. But make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for your girl. But bye.